This amazing episode is called How Not to Be Stressed. I've noticed that people somehow figure out how to get stressed. They have a long to-do list and they tick off some items, but mostly they just don't get 20 or 30 items done. So they write the next day's to-do list by leaving off the few that they got done and rewriting the many that they didn't get done, and maybe even adding some more. And then the next day is frustrating to them because they didn't get most of the next day's to-do list items done. And I notice that people are frustrated by it and they're angry at themselves and they put themselves down and they're embarrassed and they're ashamed and they're stressed and they get high blood pressure and they get ulcers. And I figured it out. Because I earn millions of dollars a year, sometimes millions of dollars a month, and I'm not stressed. I'm relaxed. How can I take a 1-week vacation every month and a 1-month vacation every year and be so relaxed and yet earn so much? How? What's the secret? What's the deal? And the answer is I do not have a to-do list. I do not have a to-do list. Let me tell you what I have. Number one, I have a list. It's not a to-do list, a daily to-do list. It's not. It's a list of things that I want to do. Some of them take 5 or 10 minutes. Some of them take a few hours. Some of them take a few days. Many of them I don't want to do. Most of them I don't want to do today, but I don't want to forget about them. See, the problem is you get stressed because you say, oh my gosh, I've got to fix that fence. Oh yes, I promised my spouse I would fix the fence. Oh my gosh, I went, am I going to do it today? Oh, maybe I'll do it this weekend. Oh my gosh. And so you worry about it and you bring it into present time because you don't want to forget it. So what I have is one sheet of paper, and on the sheet of paper, I write down all the things that I want to do, all the things I want to fix around the house. If I want to buy something, I just write it down. And that doesn't help me remember it. Listen carefully. It allows me to forget it. See, if I want to fix the fence and it's not written down, then every so often when someone mentions a fence or I'm driving and I see a fence, I say, oh yeah, I've got to fix the fence. Oh my gosh, I got to fix the fence. And then it makes me hectic. And so what I do is I have one sheet of paper, I put today's date on it, and I write down all the things that I have to do, not today, in my life. And mine is usually about 1 page long, has about 30 items on it. Some of them take a few minutes, some of them take a few hours, and none of them I particularly don't have to do today. Then I don't choose from that list the 2 or 3 items to do today. No, that's what you do, and that's why you're hectic. No, listen carefully. Each night for the next day, or sometimes in the morning of that day, I decide one thing to do. One thing to do. Not 10 items from my list that I choose to do that day. No, one item. And the one item is a strategically important item. Something that's going to change my health or my income. Something that's going to dramatically improve the lives of my clients or my staff or my family members or neighbors or the world. Like a giant thing that's important to me. I'll give you some examples. Let's say I haven't exercised in a few months because I had an injury or something like that. So maybe I would say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do my first exercising and it's going to be gentle. I will walk for 2 hours. And for me, if I haven't exercised in a few months because of an injury, that's critically important because that will get me back onto the road to health and probably weight loss. Or let's say I'm in the middle of teaching a 3-day course. Could be a speaker and communication workshop. Could be my spiritual 3-day course called Mulberry Hill Gang. Could be my book writing course called Get Your Book Done Bootcamp. And let's say it's the second day of 3. Then you might say, well, you're busy all day. What can you do? Here's what I do. I say, tomorrow I'm going to teach the best second day of that course that I've ever taught in my life. And then when we start in the morning, I say, by the way, do you know what my goal is for today? The only thing I have to do today is make sure this is the best second day of any workshop I've ever taught of this kind, of speaker workshop or book writing workshop. And people say, wow. And it inspires them and it gets them excited and it inspires me. And I want you to understand something. If you took a video of me during that second day, just teaching normally, like a normal person, or you took a video of me having said this is going to be the best second day that I've ever taught, you may not notice any difference. From the outward sign, it may not look different. But inwardly, I'm striving. Inwardly, I'm saying, how can I make this the best day? Is there a video that I can show? Is there a joke that would be appropriate? Is there an example I could give? Is there somebody I could call on the phone as a surprise interview or something? What could I do creative? What could I do? And I'm thinking all the time of how I can make this the best. And because I have that intention, because that's the only thing on my mind, if I can feel my cell phone ringing in my back pocket, of course, it's on silent. If I can feel it ringing, I put it out of my mind. Within a few seconds, it goes into voicemail. I never even say to myself, oh my gosh, I wonder who it is. Maybe it's important. Maybe I should take it. Maybe at the break, I'll secretly look at it. No, because my only job that day is to make day 2 of the Speaker and Communication Workshop the best day 2 of any Speaker and Communication Workshop I've ever taught. Well, taking a phone call is not part of it. And so I do one thing, not a to-do item, not just something on my list. I do something that's going to make my clients really blossom, or it'll make my wife love me because it's a gift that she's wanted for a long time, or it'll be something really special I'm doing for one of my daughters. Something really big, something important. Could be emotional, could be romantic, could be a date night, could be something financial, could be an investment, something. And sometimes I get that done by 9:30 in the morning. Maybe I'll say to myself, gee, it's a Saturday, I don't have anything planned. I think I'm going to do something really extraordinary for my wife. I wonder what it is. And then the next day when I get up, I say, what can I do extraordinary? And I'll say, oh, she's always wanted that item that's on the Martha Stewart website. So I go into marthastewart.com and I find it and I click on buy now and I get it done by like 9:15 a.m. Then I take the rest of the day off because I've already done the one spectacular thing that I needed to do that will change my relationship, improve the world, something. Now, sometimes I'll play with my cat for an hour. Sometimes I'll go for a bike ride. Sometimes I'll go for a walk. Sometimes I'll just walk through the park with my wife or something, because I've already done my giant, most significant thing. And then, because I'm satisfied, because I've done a gigantically important thing, then I'll look at my list of things to do, not that day. I'll look at the list of things to do, maybe the 30 items that I have in my life to do, and I'll say, you know what, I could get these 2 or 3 things done. Why don't I do this one right now? So I'll do this one, then maybe I'll do another one. But I don't think of it as a to-do list. It's just a menu. Yeah, think of it as a menu. Like when you look at a menu in a restaurant, there's maybe 50 items on it, but you're not going to eat them all today. And if you ordered them all, you'd have this gigantic groaning board of like 20 desserts and 50 main courses. It would be terrible. You'd feel horrible. And so, yeah, I think of it as a menu. So once I've done my most important thing that'll make the biggest impact on me, on people around me, family, clients, staff, I then, if I wish, go to my menu and pick off 1 or 2 things and either do them or push them forward. Like right now, there's a condo I'm trying to sell. And so what I wanted to do today is 2 or 3 of these broadcasts. And so this is the last one I'm doing. And when I finish this, I'll have completed the really important things that I wanted to get done today. So maybe I'll call the realtor and say, how's the sale going? What is it that I could do? Could I stage it better? Would you like me to have a photographer take better pictures? What would you like? And then I'll look down the list and say, oh, gee, I've always wanted to, oh yes, I haven't called him in a long time. Yeah, I should call him and just chat. Yeah. And so I do the one important thing, and then I'll pick a couple items from my menu to do them if I wish. And I never feel bad because I don't have a list of things to do. Wow. 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 Thank you for enjoying my incredible broadcast. Send it to friends if you enjoy it. And hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends to hit the subscribe button. I love you. Bye-bye.